How's it going, folks? It's Lobo, and thank you so much for joining me today for another movie reaction. This time we have X-Men The Last Stand. And before we hop into that, I have to say that yes, I have reacted to the first two X-Men movies on my channel, but unfortunately, that was almost 5 years ago now. I've talked a bit about this on my channel as to why that is and my plans for the future. So once again, I'm just gonna say it, is that these are gonna be on a rotating basis. So every other Friday, an X-Men movie reaction will drop until I'm caught up with Deadpool and Wolverine. And then the alternate will be a random movie that I pick on the opposite Friday. So for example, the last movie I did was Blade Runner 2049, and now it's an X-Men movie. And then the following week, next Friday, I won't spoil that, but it's just gonna be a random movie that I've picked. And then the following week after that will be another X-Men movie, which I believe is that I think that's X-Men Origins Wolverine, something like that. I heard it's not very good, but that's the next one up. And I am going to create a separate playlist that I'm just going to chuck all these in. You can also find these under my movie reactions playlist, but these will have their own dedicated playlist. Just look under the X-Men playlist on my channel and you can find all my X-Men reactions minus the first two. They're still on my channel, but I'm not roping them in with these other reactions because it has been almost half a decade and I'm just much different now. Not that it's a bad thing, but as a person, it just doesn't feel like a natural continuity of my watching experience. And also just I had way worse equipment, different setup. So the playlist is going to start with this one until we go all the way through to Deadpool and Wolverine. And about this movie, I rewatched the last two last week, so I'm caught up on what happens. And actually, I think that's my fourth time watching both the first and second movie. Truth be told, it's because I planned on reacting to the third movie a lot sooner, and I've been through this twice. Now this would be the third time, but today is different because I'm actually doing so. And I will have to say that after rewatching them again a couple of years later after my last rewatch, I always like the first one, but I enjoy the second one a lot more, and I think it's superior in pretty much every way. But I really like how there's a bit of realism roped in with every single movie. In the first one, we had the senator dealing with the sort of anti-mutant agenda and just trying to expose the community, grouping them together and seeing them as a threat. And it was very it was an interesting parallel to when you get Magneto's origin, going into the Holocaust, being a part of that, and then seeing sort of the mindset of treating humans in a certain way just reappearing through the lens of mutants was an interesting dynamic. So I've always appreciated the first one because of that. It was such a fascinating story. But then I feel like the second one kind of elevates that when we introduce William Stryker, who follows that same philosophy of being against the mutants, but he actually helped create or was part of why Wolverine is the way he is today. And his son Jason was also a mutant that was at the school, and he blames Charles for the way his son is, and he's using his son as a way to control others. It was just a very interesting plot. So I've liked the first two X-Men movies, but especially the second one. So now we have The Last Stand. I guess you could say that this is the end of the trilogy. I know that these continue for a lot longer, but the first three movies, this does certainly feel like it's going to be a trilogy. I am kind of aware that there is a hanging cloud over this film. Not as good as the first two from what I've heard, just review-wise. The director of the first two was Bryan Singer, and then I'm not sure why, but he stepped away and somebody else came in and did this, which behind the scenes, whenever you jump ship from a director who's done two of the three in a trilogy, that's always a recipe for disaster. At one point, Bryan Singer returns, and I think he either does X-Men The First Class or X-Men Days of Future Past. See, I'm trying to remember all these movies because I wrote them down in order. Like, you need to react to this one next and then this one next, because I'm going by order of release when they release in the real world. But I know he comes back in the future, and supposedly that one's a banger. But then he also did X-Men Apocalypse, which was, I heard, dog shit. And that's the one, I believe, with Oscar Isaac in it. So I don't know what happened there. We'll find out. So unfortunately, I know that this is the forsaken child of the original X-Men trilogy. So we'll see how I feel about it. I also think this one is going to revolve around Jean Grey, perhaps, because we had in the last film, I believe it's called Phoenix Force, she looked like she was unlocking some kind of power when she was trying to hold back the flood from the broken dam and then save everyone. And then at the very end of the movie, Professor X kind of like looks in the distance, almost like sensing her. Oh, she's still alive. So I think she's alive. I'm pretty sure because she's also on the cover for this movie. So just the feeling that she's not only is she going to be back, but it's going to center around her. So I'm also just excited to see more of Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart because that's some god tier casting. And when they do the inevitable reboot in the future, how do you top that? Even trying to match it seems like the biggest hurdle.
I still don't know why I'm here. Couldn't you just make them say yes?
He's walking here.
Power corrupts and all that. Yes, I know, Johnson.
And you're here because I need you.
We're not going to have to meet every one of them in person, are we?
No. This one's special.
What about her illness?
Illness? You think your daughter is sick, Mr. Gray?
Perhaps it would be best if we were to speak to her. Alone. It's very rude, you know, to read my thoughts, or Mr. Lynch's, without our permission. We're mutants, Jean. We are like you.
Really? I doubt that.
Is she doing that, or is Magneto? Oh my God, Stan Lee!
You have more power than you can imagine, Jean. The question is, will you control that power?
Why didn't she do that? If she could do that as a child, why didn't she do that in the other movies?
What's going on in there?
Nothing, I'll be right out.
Come on, you've been in there for over an hour. Warren.
1 second.
He's cutting his back. Has he got like a tail?
Oh, God.
He's got feathers.
Not you.
Dad.
He's growing like wings or something? Oh, he was. Look at the old superhero intros. They don't make them like they used to, man. I miss this. The not too distant future. Anyone else getting Judgment Day vibes?
The whole world's going to hell, you're just going to sit there?
I believe that's Colossus, right? I didn't know he could phase in and out of metal. Or maybe that was only something he could do when he was a kid.
Thanks, kitty.
Oh no, Bobby's moved on.
Logan?
Oh, don't get your panties in a bunch.
Training session then? He seems so casual.
Logan, we work as a team.
Yeah, good luck with that. Throw me.
Is that a sentinel? Or just a big robot?
Class dismissed.
I think it was a training session.
Hey, Colossus.
Yep.
Nice throw.
This isn't a game, Logan.
You sure fooled me. I'm just a sub. You got a problem, talk to Scott.
That's Professor Logan. So how much time has passed between 2 and 3? Because I know that the first two was like several months, less than a year though.
Hey, Scott, we're looking for you downstairs. You didn't show.
What do you care?
Well, for starters, I had to cover your ass. I know how you feel.
Don't.
When Jean died,
I said don't.
maybe it's time for us to move on.
Us.
Not everybody heals as fast as you, Logan.
Oh, that was good. I like that. Department of Mutant Affairs. It's Beast.
Secretary?
Yes.
The meeting's begun, sir.
Is he just like a gorilla? Like, I don't know his power set. He's blue.
Mr. President.
Have a seat, Hank.
Okay, this is not what I thought Beast was going to be like. I've actually never seen him in anything.
We picked her up breaking into the FDA of all
Mystique.
places.
Raven, I asked you a question.
I don't answer to my slave name.
Or has he convinced you you don't have a family anymore?
My family tried to kill me, you pathetic meat sack.
Okay, then, Mystique. Where is he?
In here, with us.
You don't want to play games with me? You are going to stop this. Tell me, where is Magneto?
You want to know where he is?
Damn.
Homo sapien.
She still got it.
It's what she stole from the FDA.
Leech?
Dear Lord, you realize the level of impact this will have on the mutant community?
Yes, I do.
This case study was sent to me by a colleague, Dr. Moira McTaggart.
His organs and nervous system work, but he has no consciousness to speak of.
Now, what if we were to transfer the consciousness of one person into the body of this man? How are we to decide what falls within the range of ethical behavior and what...
Why is he waking out? There's a storm coming. Little shocked by Beast being a government official, but then again, remembering they did have that convo with the president in the last film, so.
Magneto's a fugitive. We have a mutant in the cabinet, a president who understands us.
Right there.
I thought that perhaps you might take my place someday.
But Scott's
Scott's a changed man. He took Jean's death so hard. Yes, things are better out there. But you of all people know how fast the weather can change.
I love what you've done with your hair.
Henry, this is Logan. He's
Wolverine. I hear you're quite an animal.
Look who's talking.
A major pharmaceutical company has developed a mutant antibody, a way to suppress the mutant X gene.
You can't cure being a mutant.
Well, scientifically speaking...
Since when did we become a disease?
Their affliction is nothing more than a disease, a corruption of healthy cellular activity. I proudly present the answer to mutation.
Yeah, right. That was that little boy's father in the flashback.
I can assure you the government had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, well, I've heard that before.
My boy, I have been fighting for mutant rights since before you had claws.
I don't think he's aware of how old Logan is. I'm not even sure.
How should we as mutants respond?
We're gonna get some Nightcrawler.
Come on. People, you must listen.
Oh, that's weird.
Nobody's talking about extermination.
No one ever talks about it. They just do it. The extermination has already begun. Make no mistake, my brothers. They will draw first blood. They will force their cure upon us. Who will you stand with, the humans or us?
The Last Stand.
Back off.
Oh, he has a little lighter.
And I know there's 87 mutants in here, none of them above a class 3, other than you two.
You can sense other mutants in their powers.
Hmm?
Could you locate one for me?
But I feel like this cure just kind of came out of nowhere.
I demand that you release me. Shut up.
That is not the same dude as X2.
I'll be a good girl. Please let me go.
I'll spray you in the face, bitch.
I'm gonna kill you myself.
Yeah, right.
Okay, maybe they recast the president or it's another term, so there was a huge time jump. I'm just gonna say they recast the guy. Because that is not the same actor. I know Mystique was impersonating him, but not the same actor.
Secretary McCoy, welcome to Worthington Labs.
Oh, I recognize that voice anywhere. Love her.
Until we can fully map his DNA, we can replicate it, but we can't generate it.
The Leech, right?
Hello there, son.
Hi.
My name is Hank McCoy.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
That's quite the power. Is that something he wants, to be human again? Okay, whose kid is this? He didn't just spring out of nowhere. Oh, he's going back. Wonder where they shot this. This is a gorgeous landscape. It's probably somewhere in Canada, honestly. If I had to guess.
Here, stop it. Stop.
He's gonna take his glasses off. The hell was that? Is it gonna be her? She was just under the water the whole time? What, was she just hibernating in the lake?
Jean?
Scott?
Huh? Wait, this is real? Okay. Several questions. She kind of seems a little off.
Take these off.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with her. Huh. Okay, what is up with her? So did that really happen, or is that just a vision he was having?
What happened?
No clue.
Professor, you okay?
Get to Alkali Lake.
I don't know. I'm gonna trust the Professor X on this. Because I know in the future they do a movie called Dark Phoenix, so maybe she has a tendency to turn evil. Is that what we're seeing here? Oh, gravity's not working. Yeah, disperse the fog.
What the?
Well, it was real. Those glasses are there.
Logan!
So she really has been under the lake the whole time.
Jean.
I mean, her hair is longer.
The only explanation of Jean's survival is that her powers wrapped her in a cocoon of telekinetic energy.
Maybe that drove her insane.
Jean Grey is the only Class 5 mutant I've ever encountered. Her potential practically limitless.
Class 5?
When she was a girl, I created a series of psychic barriers to isolate her powers from her conscious mind. Jean developed a dual personality.
What?
A personality that in our sessions came to call itself the Phoenix.
What? She has split personality?
Far more critical is whether the woman in front of us is the Jean Grey we know, or the Phoenix.
Yes, it's the other one.
You're talking about a person's mind here, about Jean.
She has to be controlled.
Control?
You have no idea of what she is capable.
Well, sounds to me like Jean had no choice at all.
She's a level 5 mutant. And she's one of a kind. So what? Magneto and Professor X are, I'd probably say level 4 then. A level 5? Damn. Split personality? That's freaky.
You know, I'm proud of you for doing this. Everything's gonna be fine.
His wings are probably huge by now.
The transformation can be a little jarring.
Why is it always got to be a needle? Why can't it just be like a pill that you take with some water?
We talked about it, son. It'll all be over soon.
Yeah, that ain't a loving dad.
I can't do this. I promise you, it'll be fine. Laura, relax. It's what we all want.
No.
It's what you want.
It's what you want.
Yeah, if he was a real loving parent, he'd just accept his son. If my kid had superpowers, I'd be like, fuck, dude, that's so cool. It just really depends on what household you come from. Because I know people, they would absolutely accept their kids if they were enhanced, and also wouldn't. You also have to imagine, Magneto's just so OP because he's living in an era that the world is dominated by metal-made machines and just the modern age. You know, if he had these powers in caveman time, he'd kind of be useless.
Told you so. About time.
I've been busy.
The source of the cure is a mutant. A child at Worthington Labs.
Read off the guest list.
Oh, he can clone himself.
Prisoner must be confined at all times. If he builds any momentum, no object can stop him.
Is that Juggernaut?
What do they call you?
Juggernaut.
I can't imagine why.
Okay, well, his design sucks. I'm just gonna say it. I know it's hard to replicate him because he's very Hulk-like in size. Well, he doesn't look bad there. He just needs a better outfit.
Nice helmet.
Keeps my face pretty.
I don't like his voice. Was that a cure?
I'm sorry, my dear. You're not one of us anymore.
Wow. I did not expect him to turn his back on her like that. Huh. That's a little shocking, honestly. I didn't know Jean was so scary.
Welcome back.
I love dark characters though, so this is kind of cool. All right, bro, if she tries to hook up with you, you gotta know something's off. Listen to what Charles said.
It's okay.
You got a woman like that looking at you, saying that shit. I understand where he's coming from. That's a hard pass. But he should know better. Got that real psycho girl energy.
Where's Scott? You need to tell me what happened to Scott. Kill me. Kill me before I kill someone else. Hey, the professor can help. He can fix it.
I wouldn't be saying his name.
Fix it.
Dude, she is so much more powerful than I ever imagined. Cause not gonna lie, with the first couple movies, I was like, her power set is so similar to Professor X. It's kind of it's a little bit boring and repetitive, but there's a reason why. Jesus.
A mutant. Class 5.
He knows.
Managed.
Just the thought of Eric and Charles being outclassed is scary.
I think she killed Scott.
What? There's no way he's dead. There's no way they would kill off Cyclops. There's like 10 other movies.
You were right, Charles. This one is special.
I don't want trouble here.
Nor do I, Charles. So, shall we go inside?
She needs help. Jean is not well.
Funny, you sound just like her parents.
I knew you'd come.
Of course. I've come to bring you home.
So you want to control me?
No.
He does.
No.
What's wrong with me?
Absolutely nothing. Eric, stop! No, Charles, not this time. Always held her back.
For your own good, Jean.
Yeah. That's why she seemed so powerful when she was a kid, because she never did anything like that in the last two movies. He's been suppressing her this whole time.
Look what happened to Scott! You killed the man you loved because you couldn't control your power! No, stop
it! God, I hate that Juggernaut design. A better helmet and voice would work wonders, and maybe some red, but I understand the modern complaint when everybody says the X-Men costumes suck. They're not terrible, but could be a lot better. Magneto's is the best by far. No comparison. God, this is like a paranormal movie now. Feels like you're performing a house exorcism. Like, her being a redhead is giving me Scarlet Witch vibes. I wonder which of the two is more powerful now. My God.
Don't let it control you.
No. What? It's not like an illusion? Like, she just straight up... Does that mean she also killed Scott? No way. No, dude, they did not just kill off Professor X. That's bullshit. They did not kill off Patrick Stewart. I've seen Multiverse of Madness, okay? That cameo would not... I don't know. No, he'll be back. I don't know which film, but I know for damn certain he'll be back. I've seen Multiverse of Madness. For reference, which I guess ironically would be the second time he's been killed by a red-headed witch.
A world full of fear, hate, and intolerance.
So Scott is really dead. It's a very bold choice in this film.
We must carry on his vision, and that's a vision of a world united.
I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I'm just kind of shocked by the whole plot of this film. It's pretty ballsy. They're like, we're going to kill off Cyclops and Professor X in one movie, and you're going to love it. Unless they come back at the end, or, well, like I said, I know there's several more films after this, so maybe they come back on those, and it's like, I don't know. Cool. But what if there's like wildlife in the pond? Just kind of killed them all. He made actual ice skates. Rogue is not gonna like that. Just so happens she has a perfect view.
If you want to go, then go. Just be sure it's what you want.
Shouldn't you be telling me to stay?
I'm not your father. I'm your friend.
It would be weird if he took the cure, because he would still have the adamantium, like, skeleton structure. I wonder if that would kill him, because it's, like, poisonous. I wonder, is it poisonous to him? And because of his healing factor, it just negates that? Because I can't imagine having all that metal in your own body is going to be zero consequence in a real world scenario. And I don't imagine so. So if he did take the cure, I think he would die.
I can manipulate the metal in this. You can do anything. Anything you can think of. Jean, enough.
She's just playing with you.
He wanted to hold you back.
What do you want?
I want you to be what you are. If we want freedom, we must fight for it.
They're going to have to win her back over, because what is the school without Professor X going to do against her plus Mag? Jean's going to have to overcome her own demons to get out of this one.
Would have killed the professor if he'd given me the chance.
Charles Xavier did more for mutants than you'll ever know. My single greatest regret is that he had to die for our dream to live.
I mean, they were friends once.
I was told that this was a safe place for mutants.
It was, son.
Hank, tell all the students the school stays open.
I wonder who's playing Beast. He looks so familiar. Like, I feel like I recognize those eyes. Unless he's wearing... I don't think it's contacts. Those look too good to be contacts. I think it's just his regular eyes.
You seen Rogue?
Yeah, she took off.
Look at that TV. Father? I didn't know he had kids. Why else would it say father? Dude, there is a bug crawling on his arm. Does anyone else see that? That's kind of crazy. I could see that.
Where are you going?
What do you think?
It's definitely what you would call a production error. Unfortunate, but that's funny.
She killed the professor.
It wasn't Jean. The Jean I know is still in there.
Why can't you just let her go?
Because
you love her. She made her choice. Now it's time we make ours. So if you're with us, then be with us.
Still afraid of a fight?
I think that's pretty pathetic. He needs the switch. Like, he's really strong. They said he's above level 3, but he just can't create a spark without external help.
So long as the cure exists, Our war will rage. Join us or stay out of our way.
Magazines! Dog tags! Pick up your plastic weapons!
That would be so scary from their point of view. If they get hit, they lose their powers. Supposedly, indefinitely. What is that? Look like a piece of coral. This guy's just got a shotgun. I love how animalistic he is sometimes. Why would you run at that man? Yeah, because they traded, that's why. Yeah, but only one of them can do what he does. So my point still stands. God damn, he is ripped. Holy shit.
Do you think I'm keeping her against her will?
You don't know what you're dealing with.
I know full well. I saw what she did to Charles.
I'm not leaving here without her.
Yes, you are.
He sent his ass packing. Jesus. How could he ever beat him? This is just such a disadvantage. Unfortunately, dude's the perfect snack for Magneto. That sucks.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
I'm still shocked he left her behind. I thought there was more to him than that. As he said, you're no longer one of us. Because I genuinely thought there might have been some real connection, but in the end, she was just a tool for him.
Set for 360-degree incursion.
Send them in.
Okay.
What if Jean is still there, though? Those guys are screwed. Oh, shit, it was the clone guy.
If he's not there, then where the hell is he?
That man is too smart.
Worthington Labs. It ends where it began.
So how are we supposed to get there? Because I don't swim.
Leave that to me.
An army. NG.
His powers have limits. Hers do not.
There's only 6 of us, Logan.
We lost Scott. We lost the professor. If we don't fight now, everything they stood for will die with them. Then we stand together. X-Men. All of us.
Oh, surprising to hear that come out of his mouth. I mean, he's really grown from his time here.
They're ready.
Yeah, I know. But are you ready to do what you need to do when the time comes?
What, she wants him to kill Jean? How many people are gonna die in this movie? The whole bridge. I love how the Golden Gate Bridge just gets attacked in nearly every single movie. It's something you have to do. It's like the Wilhelm scream. It's just tradition. You guys walked all that way. Dang. No. Is he levitating the whole bridge? Well, a good chunk of it, at least. I mean, he has to get to an island. And he said he got it covered. I didn't think he'd levitate the damn bridge to get there. Holy shit, he is strong. Fuck, I think he might be a little bit strong. Just a little bit. We've seen him do crazy shit, but nothing like this before.
Charles always wanted to build bridges.
He's such an aura farmer. I love him. God, Ian McKellen is so good in this. Well, and the thing I love about him too is he's most definitely a villain. He has a superiority complex, but he's not like truly evil. He is capable of mercy.
In chess, the pawns go first.
Wow. It's like laser tag. If you get hit, you're out.
Plastic. They've learned.
Oh, shit. They updated it. He can't break it apart. I feel like we haven't gotten any answers on who that kid is, though. Just in the file, it said the word Leech. Because, you know, he leeches their powers away from them. I like that pose. That was a good entrance. Damn, they all got good entrances. Standing with the military. Yeah, we're getting to see the Beast now. Wow, he's very agile. God, speedsters are so broken. And she can sense other mutants too. Like, pick a power. That's not fair. Everybody gets one. That should be the rule. Jean and Charles are exceptions. Like bowling pins. Oh, he grew his arms back.
Come on! Grow those back. I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
Does Juggernaut always have that accent? I'm fine with him being a meathead, but that voice, because I did as a kid, I had a couple toys as him when I collected action figures. But like, that was his like proper suit with the big ass helmet that only has holes for his mouth and his eyes, and dude was like as big as the Hulk pretty much. So I'll say it again, just not the biggest fan of this interpretation. Beast is really cool. I kind of wish they introduced him earlier.
Don't worry, I'm here to help you. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Your power is gonna go if you hold him.
Oh my God, what's going on?
Your powers won't work with me.
Neither with his then. It is still a big guy though.
I'm the wrong guy to play hide and seek with.
Oh! No! No!
Is his son gonna save him? Yep. Aren't you glad you didn't take away his powers? That's a good combo. She landed on the Transformer too. Flaming cars. Oh, take his power away. Dude, just take away his little gadget. Oh, this is like Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. Beam struggle.
Maybe you should go back to school.
Oh, he's turning blue. He's becoming the ice. Damn.
Let me get a strike.
Wait, you're both metal. Yeah, they're probably a distraction.
You never learn.
Actually.
Yes, sir.
I do.
Wait, so...
I'm... one of them.
Oh, what? Fuck, dude. I'm actually surprised they got to him. And she's just still standing there.
No, don't shoot!
All the ground troops are here. No, you shouldn't have done that. She kind of looks like a zombie. Jesus. It's like they cease to exist. She just explodes people. I mean, that is the most powerful mutant. Get that kid near her. I wonder if it is temporary, though.
What have I done?
Yeah, you idiot. Charles is right. You shouldn't have been encouraging her.
I'm the only one who can stop her. Get everyone to safety.
And the jet's gone. Dude, she is just way too strong. Like, low-key, is this the reason why the X-Men weren't in the MCU? What the hell would Thanos do against her? Well, she's killing everyone besides Logan, so maybe there is a small part of her still in there. Oh, that's cool. He's like dying and healing at the same time. Well, she's definitely trying to kill him. that is really cool. Can he cure her? Oh, you can see it.
You would die for them.
For you. For you.
Save me.
I love you.
Wow. I hate to break the mood, but that is the same exact pose as in Van Helsing, which Hugh Jackman was also in. Kind of crazy coincidence, too, because they would have released around the same time. This whole movie has just... I would never in a million years have guessed, like, the plot points of this. We're going to have a cure for mutants. Magneto's powers are going to be gone. We're going to kill off Scott, Charles, and Jean all in the same film. She's going to be evil. I understand it's part of her backstory that she has the split personality, which is very interesting. And if it is her backstory, it's integral to her character. But I just feel like either the execution or the timing, maybe it could happen at a later date, or they could have stretched it out. It just seems like a lot for one film. All these characters losing their powers. It's funny because I imagine people are probably like yourself watching. We're having these conversations like 20 years ago.
Way to go, Furball.
Did I miss it? I feel like we just didn't get any... There was no exploration of the kid's past, why he had those powers, how, who, where did he come from? But is Eric just going to be posted up here? I wonder if it's going to end with him like grabbing keys or something, or trying... Those look metallic. He's going to try to move the chess pieces, and they do, and then they're like, oh, it's a temporary cure. So I feel like that's kind of crazy if they just introduce somebody who could take away their powers permanently for good and do it to all these people, including him. I don't know, it's just kind of a crazy concept. Well, he's trying. Oh. And it ends. But it did wiggle a little bit.
Hello, Moira.
What? Huh? What? So he's alive, but I thought he got, like, disintegrated. Okay, so obviously I'm very conflicted with this movie. I don't want to... I always give my honest opinions, but I hate to be negative, but I imagine that it's going to be sort of the common opinion because as I said, I've kind of seen the reviews for this movie, and I just know from just certain things that in regards to the original X-Men movies, like when you look at it from a trilogy perspective, the last one is just kind of like the outlier. And it certainly seems the case here because I feel like X2 built on everything from the first film and delivered a superior sequel in pretty much every way. So obviously when you have something like that for any given movie series, that's a hard thing to follow up, especially when you're able to top the previous one. It's something a lot of films fail to do, but in this case, having done so, and then you're trying to wrap up, or well, end it in a way that leaves room for more, but also gives conclusion to the main sort of points that we've been covering over the past two entries. I don't feel like this quite does, unfortunately. Like, it was good for them to explore the mutants versus humans and proposing that we cure the mutants, and interesting that they're trying to categorize it like these people are sick, they have a disease, they need to be cured. And then having, obviously, Magneto form his group, and it's the idea of the last stand. It's mutants standing together against what is human oppressors, making choices for them. So that's an interesting concept. I just think it could have been done a little bit better, because in the middle of that, you throw in the Jean Grey stuff, which I said it's really cool and interesting that that's her backstory. And I understand that you have to explore that, but I don't know if this film, like now, the third movie was the best time to do so. Like really cool that I had no idea she had a split personality and there was this darker side to her being, in the Marvel world and seeing various other things throughout my life. And I've obviously heard the word Phoenix Force, but understanding what that is and it manifesting as like a darker version of herself that Charles has been suppressing because he was aware of her powers. Like that's a really cool and scary story to explore. Tacking that on with the other stuff, it just kind of made it feel a little jumbled. And then just the fact that they're like, we're going to kill off. The big thing is killing off Professor X because he's like the heart of everything. I know if you want to say the main character has been Wolverine, that's fair. But Professor X has been the introduction to all of this. He's the one who taught Logan. He is the main teacher. He's the damn professor, but he just feels like the soul of these films. And I just love Patrick Stewart. So like that's a big thing. Seemingly he's still alive, but having to cope with that because I'm thinking, no, it's like a fake out that they're trying to make you for shock value. Be like, oh my God, the stakes, they're killing off characters that I thought they didn't kill off Cyclops. And they did, just like that. They gave Scott like 2 scenes and then like, okay, buddy, you're going to kiss Jean and she's going to kill you. I just feel like this film is way more, it was filled with unnecessary things and over the top exaggerated things that it truly feels like they're trying to bank on. You're like, oh my God. But in the end, you feel that, but it's more sort of the disbelief, not that you're like grasping with the idea that this character died and it's my emotions are hurt. It's like they really chose to like write off that this character is going to die. I don't know. I feel like this was trying to do too much. Maybe that's because I'm watching it now and I know that there's several other films. And I mean, again, it's mostly exploring Logan and Hugh Jackman, but I just feel like they're trying to do too much for one film that it just all fell apart. Minus credits, this was like an hour and a half long, the shortest of all the films. I think there's a sweet spot for runtime. I think some people will argue with me, and I know it absolutely comes down to pacing. Red flags pop up in my head whenever I see that a film is under 2 hours, and unfortunately, that's just how I am. There are absolutely certain type of films, like animated films, an hour and a half, that's perfect. But when you're doing a finale movie and this is the shortest one out of all the rest, that just sounds like a bad decision. And my fears came true that it just wasn't gonna deliver on what it was supposed to. And it's just still trying to wrap my head around the whole Jean thing. I'm gonna assume that this is like what she's like in the comics. I've never noticed, or well, because it's weird doing this after the Sony State of Play. I know that Jean is in the new Insomniac Wolverine game. Are they gonna touch up on that? Has she always dealt with this darker side of herself? And is that something that she's ever... Because I thought we were all building towards like, okay, she's going to wrestle with the demon inside of her and we're going to be able to break through to her and she's going to be able to control it and learn from it. But it's like, at what point did she become redeemable after killing off Scott, Charles? I mean, Storm was like, you know what you need to do, implying that Logan needs to kill her, which he did, which I'm kind of shocked by. I thought we were, I don't know. It's trying to do so many things and subvert expectations. And is this because they switched directors, or like, is the writing room still the same? I feel like there was no sort of indication, except for the very last scene of her powers coming out in the last movie, that this is the direction we were going for the finale, for the final movie in the trilogy. I am a little salty with the way this ended, I won't lie. And I know we have a rough stretch coming up. It's called like something like X-Men Origins Wolverine, but we're diving into Logan's backstory, which is awesome. That's a cool premise for a spinoff, but I heard that like that's one of the worst X-Men movies. So we're going to have a hard time. I think that's also the one Ryan Reynolds is in. It's weird too, because the only X-Men films prior to watching the now first 3 X-Men films were Deadpool 1 and 2. And I'm saving the last one to cap off this series at the very end, whenever we get to that, probably like if I had to do the math, it's sometime in late August, early September. And then it's like, where do you go from here? I just said that I know that the next film is exploring Logan's past. The school most likely is going to be led by Storm. That's what Charles wanted. It's just like, how do these other characters like come in, especially now that we have the tease that Magneto is going to get his powers back? And is that the case for everyone else? I mean, he had 4 of those needles in him. They were really trying to get rid of that man's powers. And just on the topic of that, like the kid, did I miss it in the file? The only word that really stood out to me was like his regular name and then Leech. I don't know if I'm just making fun of him and that's like truly his last name, or I'm using it because I'm jumping to the idea that that's his code name, like he's leeching the powers away from them. But it's seemingly not permanent. So all the people that got affected are just going to get their powers back at some point. So like the tease of Magneto at the end, does that mean he's going to pop up again? I hope so. I hope that wasn't the last of Ian McKellen. Being semi-aware of these films, I think at like some point they recast everyone except for Hugh Jackman. And it's like a new cast of the student X-Men and then the bad guys, a new Magneto, I'm pretty sure. But then there's a movie called X-Men Days of Future Past. Like, I don't know if we deal with time travel and we rewrite the time. Like, I don't know. So I have no idea where we go from here, just outside of like the next sort of Logan-centered spinoffs and storyline we're building up to with all these future films, unless it's just not. And they're just kind of like dishing them out. Like, here's a random movie about so-and-so, enjoy it. Because I feel like these movies were trying to build on one another. Now I'm believing that it's not going to do that anymore, which, depending on how it goes, could be cool and also could just be like, shit, that sucks. And I have a sad feeling that it's going to be the latter. And again, just with the kid, who was he? I suppose you don't need an explanation because it's just kind of like a pick a card, any card. You never know what you're going to get for a mutation power. So he just so happened to be an extreme outlier of being able to take other mutants' powers, which is insane. I just felt like there was going to be a different conclusion to his storyline because now he's at the school. Is he not going to suppress the other students? And then the angel guy with the wings, I felt like they were building him up to be more integral to the story, and he was just kind of there to save his dad, and then he flew at the very end, and then they just never touched on him again. Let me know what you guys thought about this, because I imagine some of you watching might have been old enough or just remember watching these when they aired all that time ago. Was your reaction similar to mine, or am I just like being super pessimistic about this? Or are my criticisms warranted and you guys feel the same way about this? But there definitely were some things I liked. As I said, Jean, just a very cool exploration of her backstory. Could have been executed differently. As I mentioned, could have been in a different movie. I feel like this was a little too soon, and also just like killing off all the characters, especially Scott like that, barely giving anyone any time. I think that this is absolutely the weakest of the first three movies. If I were to rank them, I would have the second one as number one, the first one number two, and then number three being number three. I don't think this was terrible. I think it was a downstep from the previous two films, but I don't think this was like god awful. I think at one point I'll do how I do my rating edits. I'll officially do it for all the X-Men films once I've gone past them. And then I think I'll just do like a shorts video of me, and I'll rank, not rate, I'll rank all the X-Men movies starting from the worst to the best, and we'll see how that goes, and then you can tell me your preference. So just for now, let me know what you guys think about this film and your just general opinions, either when it aired or just how it's aged in your view. And once again, my next X-Men reaction is not going to be coming out until 2 weeks later, not next Friday, but the one after. Next Friday is reserved for a random movie that I am going to pick. I haven't done so yet, honestly, but it's going to be something unrelated, and it will just be a continually rotating thing until we get all the way up to Deadpool Wolverine, and then I'll pick another franchise. I already have one in mind. I won't spoil that. So on top of my normal reactions next week, Daredevil and Peacemaker, again, a random movie reaction. So until then, have a great rest of your day, rest well, and until the next.